Alright, like Brovid19. My name's Kris P from Uncle Scratchy's Scab Shack Tattooing and Piercing Emporium. What does Emporium mean?
Like a shop.
I'm here today to show you 10 exercises that you can do to keep your fucking tattooing muscles like ready to go for when the lockdown's over. Right, first things first, we'll get at this out of the way first. I know I'm wearing last gloves, it's because I like the fit and I like the colour. And when you're as nails as me, you can wear last gloves without anyone judging you because you're scared they'll get knocked out. So, here we have a coil machine. You might know this is a coil machine, some of you might know this is a sunscreen liner. It's not a liner like, it's a shader, but you'll be wrong if you notice that because it's a shader. So when you come back to tattooing after having like a couple of months off because of lockdown, one thing you will not be ready for is that your hands is going to be aching us out. So what I'm going to show you now is a couple of exercises what you can do. And I know we normally say that coils is for dials, but in this case the extra weight is going to be actually kind of helpful. So first what we've got is going to be called the coil up. Basically you're just going to be doing that. Down and back up. And what this is going to do is this is going to be working this finger here on the side of your thumb a little bit. And you're just going to down and back up. Just remember to keep your form, and this is for getting pure smooth blends. So down and back up. And after you've done this, we'll move into the exercise 2. This is called coil overs. It's kind of like them springs in the name, but not like it in the exercise. So what you've got to do, hold your coil like this, as if you're doing like a pure smooth line, and you're going to just go to the side, and then back to the top again. Go to the side, back to the top again. This is like when you're doing a nice crispy corner, and you want to use the side of that sweet curved magnum that you've got, and you still want to get a crisp edge, you're going to need that angle. And what the thing is, I know you'll be doing plenty of wanks in that while you're off, but this thumb's just not getting the pressure that a tattoo machine gives on it. So what's going to happen is when you get back to work, this thumb is going to pure ache, and you're going to have another 10 breaks in that day. Exercise 3 is reverse coil overs, right? This is just the opposite of the coil over. And what you're going to do is go that way over, then back down. Remember, that way over and back down to the middle again. And what you're doing here is you're putting again more pressure on this thumb, because this thumb takes a lot of pressure. And in these last couple of weeks while you've been off, I know you'll have been scrolling on your Facebook, but that's just not strong enough to give this thumb the workout that it needs to be putting in pure sick ink tags on people's skin 6 hours a day. The 4th exercise that we're going to have you do is the grip tightener. And what you're going to do is just grip that up and then let it off again. And then we'll come back, grip it back up again, and then you're going to let it off again. And this will just be like that setting up, because when you have to set up your machines after like 6 months off because of COVID-19, you're not going to be strong enough to do this anymore. Because I know you'll be pressing your telly remote to change the channel 500 times a day because you've got too many channels, even though you're paying for Netflix. But that's just not going to be enough workout to be able to get the strength that you need for this. So just nip it up and then loosen it back off. So you know, tattooing isn't only about the thumb and the right hand though. Sometimes it's about the left hand or the right hand if you're left-handed. I'm actually right-handed, but I tattoo with my left hand because I need more of a challenge. But that's besides the point. So this is what I'm going to have you do, right, for your left hand or your right hand, if you're left-handed, is I'm going to just have you get an elastic band and just put that around your stretching fingers, right? So if you normally want to be doing a 2-point stretch with your left hand, you're going to be going like this. What you might have to do, if you're a bit too strong like me, is put multiple elastic bands on, and then I'm going to have you imagine you're tattooing like this, so you can work out both at the same time. Do that workout that I gave you earlier on at the same time, and stretch these out and then just do your coil overs. Words and your coil ups, but keep that stretch on while you do them, and I want you to do 10 of each. Keep the stretch on, keep that stretch on, and just keep going. So the last exercise I'm going to get you to do is the most important one of the day, and this one is going to be a muscle that you haven't used one single time in this whole last year that you've been locked down due to coronavirus, and this one is called the wad grab. So we're going to use our left hand to act as a customer, and you're just going to receive the wad and say, "Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate." So, cheers, mate. Lift it back off with your left hand. Customer comes back. "Alright, mate, that'll be at about £2,000. There you go, mate. Cheers, mate." And if you haven't got any money that you can use for it, because you haven't been working for the last 2 years because you've had coronavirus, you can actually just use cheese instead. Cheers, mate. So that's it from me. So there's probably somewhere near around 10 exercises that you can do to ensure that when you get back to tattooing, you're slinging absolutely 6 scabs all over people's arms for fucking days and days on end without even getting tied once. And what I'm going to need you to do is do that for 6 hours every day, 6.5 days a week. Otherwise you're going to be weak as fuck, and when we get to conventions and I'm slinging fucking absolutely class-like tats on everybody who comes through the door, I'm going to win all awards, and you're going to go home with the awards, and you're going to be thinking, "Why didn't I get any awards?" Well, I've just told you why you got any awards, because you didn't fucking do your practice, and I've been doing my practice, right? So stay safe, everybody.